Hello, everyone, and welcome to State of the Realm. We're a Final Fantasy XIV podcast covering recent news and, well, whatever the heck we want, because sometimes we don't really know what to talk about. But today, we have a very clear topic. We have live letter number 72 to discuss, a trailer, a bunch of information about Island Sanctuary, Criterion Dungeons, Variant Dungeons, stuff, more stuff. Stuff! Woo! We love stuff! Yeah, stuff!
Love stuff.
Awesome! Alright, and we're gonna need to get going because we got a busy day ahead of us. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Happy, and of course joining me, my partner in crime, or in this case, my enemy in betrayal, Sly. How doth you do, sir?
Oh, you damn kids. Always killing the old man.
Listen.
I'll get you from hell. I'll get you from hell.
You were trying to kill us. For anyone who missed it, who wasn't
watching,
Sly,
that's not my fault. I blame Kiri. Kiri started the haunt, and I was just a consequence of the haunt that Kiri started, not me. Usually, the haunt, the person who starts the haunt is the traitor, but
not in this case. It was the oldest person. There's literally only like two possibilities of them.
Yeah,
of it
was like 20 years between each of them, so like I went out. Great.
Sly, one day I'll play a party game with you and you won't just be pushed into the ground.
The first to die? Yeah.
First to die, fourth place, lose all your stars, whatever. One day it won't happen to you.
One day.
I feel like it's my fault.
We'll see. No, it's absolutely Kiri's fault. I blame her.
No, I mean, like, generally, why every time I play with you, you're...
I mean, generally most times, but this time it was absolutely Kiri's fault. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair. I'm glad. I'll shift the blame for now. Before we get started doing our usual live letters show, our usual sponsor readouts, of course, Steelseries sponsoring. The giveaway from the last one did end, and you know what? I'm going to pull the winner to that. Not right this second, but I will pull it up, and then we'll do it at the end, because it did end right. I think it was like the day after we did the last show. So that's ready to go. I'll have that up and ready to go before the end of the show. Maybe I'll pull it up during the trailer or something. So thank you to them. We have the discount code. We have monthly giveaway. I will start another giveaway for this on YouTube tomorrow. So if you're watching this on Twitch, go to the YouTube video the next day on the 13th. And that'll be the start of our August giveaway for Steelseries, or you can just buy something because it's a 12% discount code. Yeah, that's it. It's also the last day. I think technically on YouTube, the 13th is the last day for my HelloFresh signups too. I wouldn't mind. Just anyone in Twitch, just, exclamation mark HelloFresh. 16 free meals, 3 free gifts, first 7 meals. You boy would appreciate it. I use it all the time.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, shout out to our sponsors on Patreon who support us even though they don't have to.
Hey.
We love them.
We love you.
I do have a new partnership on my end, but I wasn't prepared for a shout out in the show, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it just yet. We'll do it next week.
Ooh.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right. With that, what a live letter.
Yeah, man.
I'm spent mentally.
I mean, yeah. That or you're just half tired, but either way.
No,
yeah.
that's physically. No, mentally I'm spent after trying to dissect every little bit of what we just got and try to level where my expectations should be going into the next patch. You were awake and got to watch it, right?
Yes, I was.
All right. Well, were you as mentally taxed or physically taxed as I?
I mean, I was hype. I wasn't mentally taxed. It was a lot of information. It was one of the should I watch? It was one of the more meatier live letters we've had in quite some time. I mean, this is the one before the patch, so yeah, of course it's gonna be meaty, but we had a lot of stuff. We had Criterion Dungeons. We had Shack hype, good old Shack hype.
You and your freaking island shacks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We got a couple of shacks, boys. Woo. Shacks on shacks on shacks. But yeah. There's just a lot of information.
Oh, you. Yeah, there was absolutely a lot. And we're in a moment here once I fix my camera. We're going to actually take a look at the trailer. I'm sure everyone's already watched it 15 times. But, you know.
What are you talking about? I watched it 20.
I literally had it on repeat without audio for about an hour and a half while I was doing other things. So I've visually seen it probably more than everyone else here. But I've only listened to it a couple of times, and it was a few hours before I got to watch the English one, which is always the torture. Like, I want to watch the English one when the live letter is saying it's available, but I'm like, there's a live letter right now. And I know they do it so you can watch the English one while they watch the Japanese one back, but it's just, I've got to listen to what they say, and it's just, I've got to read the translations. I'll just wait till later. It's fine. It's fine. Either way, I say we watch it real quick. And then,
let me pull it up.
All right, let me know when you're ready. I got this nice black screen up for everyone to enjoy, and I'll give you.
I'm good.
I'll give you a little countdown. All right, I'm gonna mute myself, and then I'm gonna give you a countdown so we can end at the same time. And yeah, let's watch the trailer.
All right.
There was once light here, and it shone its warmth upon creation. The lands were green and the seas were blue. Life flourished. This is where I belong. My home. This endless darkness you call the void.
Here. Finally here. And I will find you, sister.
You're not the only ones who can ride the wind.
Then go and impress upon these interlopers the futility of defiance.
Shall see my wish fulfilled. Let's sink sorrow into your heart. Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
All right. Yeah. That song gets me pretty pumped immediately.
Yep.
I have to assume that's the P8S theme. Just because if the trial is what I'm predicting, it'd be very weird to be there.
Yeah.
Oh man. I want it. I want it now. See, now I'm even more glad that Savage is a week back. That trailer just reaffirms how excited I already am that I don't have to worry about Savage in the first week. Thank God. Listen, that's just the whole reason why I wanted it. It's the freeing feeling going, well, I guess I'll do that after I beat the Savage raid. No, I'll do it later. That's what I wanted all this time. And it's finally mine, Sly. You won't take this from me. All right. Well, that is, like we said, a hell of a trailer. Starts off with just the island sanctuary, which we get a deeper dive at later. They're like, listen, we know what you're here for. We know.
Yep.
What's really funny is how they use it to reflect the female voice at the beginning is the Reaper that seems to be joining our cast in our little Void adventures. And she's talking about how the world used to be full of like greens and blues and skies. And they're like, oh, yes, my island. You mean like my island that is now mine?
No, the Void. Oh, the Void. Really? The Void used to be full of green and blue and had little critters and minions running around everywhere.
It existed?
It existed?
Yeah. So that's how that starts. And really, the first 40 seconds of the trailer is literally just Island Sanctuary, and then it shows the dungeon. It shows Troya, from a few different angles, and gives us this opening silhouette to this female Reaper character who, at this point, it would be surprising if she wasn't just the manifestation of the Xenos avatar, given they have the same scythe. Very interestingly, they have this. They pretty much have the same scythe. I think the Reaper one changes slightly, but it's almost identical.
I mean, that or she is like an actual resident of the Void.
Probably both. I mean, she's definitely from the Void because she calls it home.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it would appear as if she and this Void Centaur, one and the same, which is very strange given what we know about Reaper lore, and that she would unless the Avatar has made a pact with somebody else as well, like after no longer having a pact with Xenos, now has a pact with another Reaper. So I don't know. This whole dynamic blows my mind when I slowed it down and started comparing their weapons to see how similar they were. But it's pumped. And what's another interesting detail is when they show Troya's gameplay, there's actually 5 characters because of her instead of 4. So she like accompanies the party of 4 in the dungeon, it seems, no matter what. So I want to know more about this character, which is good because we haven't had a new character in a while. I guess, what was the last? Dude, is it the? I guess it was people in Endwalker, but I guess it was really just the male Vieira that was the Junker or whatever they were called in Endwalker's story. You're muted, by the way.
Oh, you're talking about Rendil?
Yeah. He's kind of like the last, I guess, like really, really new character that we had. Unless you want to go like.
I mean, we got Derek for Aglaya.
Yeah, but he's not voiced. He's not as cool, not yet.
I mean, he will be. If our prediction is correct about him, he will be.
Yeah. I hope so. I mean, they voiced all the raid bosses, so if he is indeed the member of if he's Ashan, I think we landed on. Was it Ashan? Yeah. If he's Ashan, like we guessed, then yeah, I mean, should get a voice sooner or later. But we have this introduction to this Reaper character, and then it cuts to the Final Fantasy IV music. And Sly, I'm going to give you a piece of trivia.
Okay.
You know who this is? Who we're fighting here? And Troya.
Right? Yeah, Scarmiglion.
Okay.
Scarmiglion.
Do you know what they were originally called in Final Fantasy IV due to character limit?
Milan.
Close.
Or Milan.
Yeah, there you go. Or as I like to call them, Mylon. Mylon and Mylon Z. How did they get from Scarmiglion to Mylon? Then again, we also have like Butts and 5. you know, Bart's versus Butts, the translation error. So,
oh God,
I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. And he's also killing. Interestingly enough, we see later in the trailer that the person he's killing is another dungeon boss, actually. So
yeah.
I'm assuming that's like a warrior of light that was like turned or something on the 13th. At least a resident of this dungeon of Troya in some capacity.
Yeah.
Is Estinian also teasing the trial, by the way. Scarmiglione says here death doesn't exist, basically, which probably is an excuse for him coming back in his second form, like he does in Final Fantasy IV. And I mean, Estinian says if it's another death he's looking for, might as well give it to him. That fits right there with Scarmiglione's transformation.
You know, whole zombie thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a fan of that tiny little teaser right there. I have a feeling that voice line is probably not from where we see it anyway. I think it's from the cutscene after the dungeon, regardless.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the way it's done. Again and again, they spend until the 1 minute 20 second mark just showing Scarmiglione and the couple of scenes in there as well. We then get the variant dungeon. We get to see our prediction of Nanamo ended up being on the money. We are indeed escorting her through the Sildian subterrane. And we have this Princess not even Princess Cappy Bear. What is this thing?
I don't even know what to call it. I mean, I know it has a crown on its head, but
it's a rat.
I mean, from the later gameplay of it, it looks fun.
That's a rat. I mean, I don't know what it is. A rat is all I know. I meant the type of creature it is. I have no idea what it is. However, it has a little crown. I wonder if this is Sildian royalty that was like cursed and transformed in some capacity.
Could be.
At least everyone's got the rat jams out. Fortunately, everyone's ready for the rat jams. We see a brief look at the new Steps of Faith, which I love, by the way.
Hey, our boy can move now.
Oh yeah,
he doing a whole lot more than what he did. Put some respect on Bishop's name. Let's go.
I always felt like Bishop it's such a big dragon, swoops in and then slowly walks across the steps.
Yeah, that's it. That was it.
We also see Lucia actually do like a passage of arms with all of the Ishgardian knights at her side, so they're not just cannon fodder like they were in the original one.
I mean, some of them still will probably be.
Oh yeah, I mean they have to be. They're no names. They have to die.
Yeah,
but it's certainly a better visual and storytelling than what we had before, where they just kind of walk up and they swing for like 20 damage and then they just die to every AoE. Certainly a better fate for them than just dying horribly. We get a little bit of a look at the Omicrons of the Ea jellyfish. Dude, what do you think these space jellyfish are? Because they have the same rings as the Eas. Are they babies?
Ea babies? No, they're probably another from another world, doomed.
Well, they have the ring that the Eas have. That's why it's like they have the same exact ring as the adult ones or as the normal sized Eas.
I have to go back and look at like what the Eas did.
It's just weird that, I mean, I guess we don't know enough about their civilization. It's possible that these rings are like something everything in their civilization had.
Right.
But
again, there were like more doomed civilizations than the Eas, the dragons, and the Omicrons.
Well, we do see that the cafe actually has some global citizens present there, catching a drink.
Yay! Ooh.
And they said,
y'all are like, I'm still the only one not hyped for this. Like, I have to do this to kind of see the story, and it has to grow on me, but this bar is still like the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Did you not watch Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
No.
Okay, that's why it doesn't, because it feels like a giant Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah. Everybody keeps telling me, like, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I'm like, I've never seen it.
It's a very weird movie, to be fair. Very weird. But it, of course, answers the most important question. What is the answer to life? It gives us an answer.
A bar?
No, the 42. That's the answer. There you go. Anyway, I feel like these are probably part of the Yaz civilization. Whether or not they're baby Yaz or not is another question. But they're the mount for the cafe, and it's you like shrink inside of them, and it's like a micro universe inside of them. It looks like weird,
kind of like a level checker, where you just shrink inside of level checker. Level checker mount.
Exactly that.
Yeah,
looks really cool. I like it. We got a few look at some of the duty supports. We got to see Isael and Samal. We got to see Hoshfond in the vault.
That hit me so hard when I saw that. I'm like, are you really sure you want to do that?
They do. They want us to feel that moment. They really do. That's exactly what they wanted. Bastards.
Asses.
No, asses later. We'll talk about that later. Okay.
Oh my God.
We have Hildebrand, who's been thrown into the moon God knows how many times. And then the Loprits are putting on a dance show with the poo-poos UFOs shining lights and this giant cube in the center that's got like this like cape. I have a feeling this is going to be one giant K-pop scene. I can't help but feel like this is going to be the Loprit K-pop band that's on its way. Are you ready for the Loprit K-pop band?
I am not.
Oh, why not? Come on, they got the moves already. We better get that dance.
Do they though?
We better get that dance. That's got to be a dance that we get, right? Do dancing way.
A mod station.
Oh my God, it's not K-pop, it's K-lop, because they're Loprits. That's so brilliant. Boo. Good job, Epic Jester in chat.
Boo.
I'm proud of you. It's K-lop. We're gonna get that dance, right? Sly, come on. I know you're down. Or K-hop, even better. That goes even better.
Oh my God. Chat, stop. Stop.
That's even better in my opinion. K-hop.
Chat, please do not feed him. Stop.
It's not after midnight yet, Sly. We're good. You can still feed me. I'll show you what you can't feed after midnight later in the trailer, though. Ishtola has the crystal that Heidelin gave us. I don't remember. I guess we're going to need that explained to us because I don't know why she has it.
Yeah.
Maybe I just forgot. Yeah, you want me to case stop? Thank you, chat. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Continue.
Popping way. There you go.
Continue.
Come on. We're past it. All right. We're past it. All right.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Okay. No, we're past it. We get to see Hoshfont in the vault. We get to see another town in the Void. I'm going to assume that's another town from Final Fantasy IV. I don't remember which one. There's one that comes to mind, but I can't remember the names of each individual one. So.
Me either. I mean, we all remember Troya, but.
Well, I mean, there's Eblin there. There's quite a few. And a lot of them are destroyed or besieged or whatnot.
Eblin,
yeah. That's
Eblin refers to Garlemald in 14 now.
Yeah, but I mean, this is on another shard.
Yeah.
So, and it's a nice Final Fantasy 4. I have a feeling they won't do it again, but it's one of the options. No, there's one town that has buildings that look exactly like this in 4. And I cannot remember which one it is.
Yeah, I can't.
Minus the
can't
statue.
Either.
The statue is not a thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to play through it again soon. So I'll know soon, but I got to keep it in mind. And that's all Pandemonium stuff from there. I mean, the Pandemonium stuff is just wild. We see the Reaper killing a few Void Scent, jumps at Scarmiglione. Now, there is one thing. They appear to be riding on a dragon's back in the Void.
Was that Vritra?
No, because we can see Tall Sean there. By the way, Varshawn just swelling himself up so he can fight. Interesting choice, in case you didn't notice. Varshawn is taller in the trailer. He's one of the trusts that's fighting there with you. So we call him Tall Sean.
Tall Sean.
You ever see Yu Yu Hakusho, Sly, back in the day?
Of course.
Remember Koenma making himself into an adult?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about this right here. I got the same vibe. I don't watch much anime, but I grew up watching Toonami, so that's...
As most of us did.
Yeah. So, yeah, Reacher can't go through that whole... That's the whole reason why he made why he made Varshan in the first place, like however many years ago.
Yeah.
So looks like he's like, I can make him a little bigger. Just a little. But no, as Daya, perhaps, or they're riding on the back of a void scent that doesn't really realize it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's as Daya.
I'd be surprised if we found as Daya that quick. But it's weird to see Estinian in a good mood, though.
Is it? I mean, he's been kind of perky as of late.
But in this situation, I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of like him being perky in the heat of battle, kind of a little bloodlusty, a little like, it's a thrill of battle.
No, that's a warrior ability. He's a dragoon.
You died. God damn it. You know what I mean?
I just get such Reacher vibes from Endwalker here, like just the whole thing. And it would be so fitting if it was similar with Asdaya, especially because again he still has some of Nidhogg's will and like his emotion and feeling. So for him to have found Asdaya would almost kind of feed that confidence, that ego. It's kind of where he thrives, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I don't know. I would be surprised too, but it's possible. Possible it's Asdaya, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have a couple. We get to see Amdapor hard mode bosses showing up as what looks like trash. In all honesty, Ferdiad and the first boss.
Yeah, I was wondering why like Ferdy was there. Like what the? Huh?
They look like trash.
Where's Ferdy?
This doesn't look like a boss room. This looks like trash. Like they're just fighting trash in the dungeon. This
wasn't Troya. It was. I don't know what this was.
This is Troya.
But
Yeah, look,
like
there's Tall Sean. Tall Sean is on the left with a spear.
Oh shit! What? What? It's a Ferdy like. It's a Ferdy like. It's not Ferdy.
It's hard to tell because we still have a lot of unknowns about the Void, but the big thing we did know before is that killing a Void Scent in the source does not kill the Void Scent. It sends them back to the Void. The exception to that being Diablos, who we killed with the what's it called stone, who should be dead in theory.
The Kamehameha?
Yeah, Kamehameha stone. But I mean, they've made other bosses trash before. It would almost make sense because Amdapor hard mode is level 50 content, and then Ferdiad last we saw him was level 60. So it could almost be an indicator of like power scaling that, boss is now trash. Something old Final Fantasies do anyway, Reskin a behemoth, make him a trash mob later. Yeah, like we haven't seen it before. It's just funny to see them both because these are two bosses from Amdapor Keep Hard mode.
Yep.
We get to see a little peek at Tataru's Grand Endeavor, which looks to be slated for on patch, by the way, and not in 0.25, given what the live letter says later.
I don't believe it when I see it.
I felt that way about Island Sanctuary too, but they admitted that Island Sanctuary got pushed up to 6.2 instead of 0.25. So,
I mean, to be honest, we'll have time between like patch and Savage. We'll have time. So,
yeah, it's just weird because the live letter slide just doesn't have a date. It just doesn't say 6.25. They also confirmed that that Island Sanctuary would be 6.25 in the previous live letter and then pushed it up. I don't know. We also know that Hildebrand is 0.25. So let's, you know what? Tataru's Grand Endeavor's not on the site yet. Damn.
Yoshi be hiding shit. Hiding more shit.
The big thing is that Tataru's Grand Endeavor doesn't have a number next to it, but it doesn't have the mystery number. You know how like last time with Tataru's, it was like, we don't know when it'll be. But so we put 6.2x and it was 6.25 anyway. Whereas Hildebrand, new weapon quest enhancement, variant dungeons, criterion, all say the patch number next to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll We'll see. I'm not convinced it's one way or the other yet. But it's just weird because Island Sanctuary got pushed up. So that was a big surprise. When was the last time they pushed up content?
Up content, exactly.
That's
I don't even remember them doing that for anything.
I don't think they've ever done it before, in all honesty.
Yeah. They must be really, really proud of this one. They must be. It was like, it's ready. It's ready.
It's ready. It's ready. Let's see. Then it's just a bunch of Pandemonium bosses. So we have Proto Carbuncle.
Which, God,
Sly.
that was fun to see. What's up?
Trivia. This Carbuncle
God.
appearance is from another Final Fantasy game. Which one?
I don't know.
5.
Rip.
Final Fantasy V's Carbuncle. Now, it doesn't look quite so extravagant as this one, but yeah, the Carbuncle in 5 is more, it looks more, a little bit more rabid than what we're used to in 11 and 14 and whatnot. I'm a huge fan of this. I would have never guessed that was a Carbuncle, though, even looking at it.
Yeah. Once he said it, I was like, oh yeah, I see it now. Yeah. And then we'll get into his little oopsie that let us see shit. Yeah.
That was funny.
Oopsie.
Oopsie. We have the tree boss, which is merged with a woman, by the way. You can see in the middle there.
Now people were like, we were wondering what this tree is, and since we're going off of Pandemonium Greek, my guess is Daphne.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I saw some people think that maybe La Habrea is trying to do something with Athena here, like Athena being merged in the tree, but Daphne would make a decent amount of sense. Some people think it's just going to be called Yggdrasil as well, like just straight up going down that route. But
Yggdrasil seems weird. I mean, for them to go from Greek to Norse, I mean, they could have. I mean, there are how many trees can I do? Alrone, Erlconic, Skogsra, Megaton knowledge don't fail me now. But yeah, there are a bunch of trees they could have done.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I think most people just know Yggdrasil as like, it's like in terms of media and pop culture awareness, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that's why a lot of people jump to that. I don't know if the birds that are dive bombing across have any significance there, but yeah, there's also birds dive bombing across several sections. 8 meteor markers, this triangle format thing. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of elements here. Ivy, stop attacking my arm. Stop it. Stop being you. Okay? There you go. Sorry, cat. Hey. Don't nibble. She's nibbling on my arm now. I gave her more attention, and now she just my cats have been wild as of late. Yeah? You want to be on State of the Realm here? Come here. Hey.
Nah, I think Abby wants to be on Duty Commenced.
Yeah. Is this what you want? No? No? There you go. Now she's like, okay, now you come back over here. Yeah, that's my life. Anyway, after the tree. So one thing people have also been noticing, so there's a memory crystal here that La Habrea seems to be holding. I need to look back at the memory crystals we found, because I'd assume that's a La Habrea crystal, memory crystal, but I don't know if he's just looking at his own crystal, or if he's trying on using it for something, or if it's Athena's crystal. Because keep in mind that we don't know how, we know how they handle the convocations. Yeah, the big problem is the color that's on it, so... I don't know. Yeah, there's a mystery here. This is not a cut and dry answer.
Nope.
In regards to this, but it's a memory crystal, so it could be Athena's, or it could be one he made for Athena. See, Sly, I got a crazy theory.
Oh boy.
I think he's making clones.
Yeah, didn't we see like another version of Eric Tony? That could have been an Eric Tony clone.
It kind of looks like him and has a different hair color and a different haircut, but they're all these There are these kind of like weird similarities between all of them. So I'm wondering if Erythonios is some form of experiment, like not a biological son in a sense.
Right. More like a test tube son.
Yeah, more like a test tube son. And I have a feeling that if that is Athena's memory crystal, then I think we might know what he's actually trying to do in terms of his madness. He might be trying to bring Athena back. Yeah, and it would also explain, why he's so cold to his, like, he doesn't give a shit about his kids. He's just like, or about, he's like, you fucking, I don't care about you.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. Yeah. So I don't know. I think he might be trying to resurrect Athena. I think that might be the big thing he's trying to do.
More than likely. Love will make you do some crazy things.
Apparently. Yeah. So maybe I still think Eric Tony is going to be our La Habrea by the end of it all. I don't think it's him, but I don't know. I just can't help but the whole point of it was to give us more context on La Habrea. I feel like we have Themis. That's going to be Ellentill. It just would be weird for us to have this like established relationship we're building with Erythonios and for that to not end up being our La Habrea.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. Yeah, then does this, and then we see all the cages, and then we get to see this, woman with like middle length hair, who I think is the upside down figure in the trailer, the figure that's in front of the tree. I think that's who that is. I'll admit that the artwork looks more like Emmett Selk than her, but I doubt it's Emmett Selk. Just looks like crazy more so than anything else. And we saw what Hesperos was like. Sly, what if, right? What if these Ascians? So you know how Erythonios has a weaker etheric signature than his father, like so much so that it feels like a disappointment. What if they all have weaker etheric signatures and they're all tempered to La Habrea? He's like enslaved them. That's why Hesperos was so like gung ho about not disappointing La Habrea.
I mean, this is kind of his La Habrea sector, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. This all his sector. He's the one in charge here.
So it's understandable. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny that Themis is the one who has to learn all this. All it looks like Erythonios is also the one who has to learn most of this. Then we get the boss that you were talking about, another one of those, whatever, another peasant Ascian that could be another clone or whatever. It depends on what theory you subscribe to. With tentacles shooting out of the players. Sly, I have a question for you.
Oh, what's up?
How much do you trust other people aiming AoEs in Raid? Directional AoEs.
I trust my static.
Now, you say that, but there's got to be a level of fear that comes when you're worried about that type of mechanic.
I mean, like the first time learning the mechanic, sure, there is a bit of fear, but after that, I'm good.
All right. I'm
but yeah, PF, fuck them people. Hell no. I don't trust none of y'all motherfuckers. Hell no. No, sir. Hell no.
So it looks like that's going to play a major part in it. Now, the last thing that happens is La Habrea actually cracks his symbol just in one of the scenes there. I don't think we've ever seen them crack their own symbol.
No mask.
Yeah, their own mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm almost certain that has a pretty major effect on an Ascian if they were to lose that symbol or have it destroyed in some way.
Yeah, this is the first time we're seeing that. So,
well, the big thing is that they use it to keep themselves in check more than anything else. So this might be a part of him that kind of drives him crazy.
Did Ika and no, they didn't.
No, they
They
didn't.
formed Ascian Prime.
No,
Yeah,
they
didn't do
merged
that when they
theirs
formed Ascian
together.
Prime.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a convocation thing, specifically. Maybe he's leaving the convocation. Maybe that's him forsaking his seat on the convocation.
Does that forsake any powers with that, though?
I doubt it. Because you get risen to that seat. And they don't give you more. You kind of just are there and you've earned it. So he could see himself as beyond the convocation in some capacity. It's like, report back. I don't care. Send all of them. I'll kill them all. I guess crazy does run in the family with La Brea. Oh, man. Let's see. And then it just goes to the end of the artwork with what's her face. Or their face. I can't tell, but I still think it's the woman in the mask. I'm gonna hold on to that guess. All chained up. And there's chains everywhere here, by the way. Another thing, something we thought was specific to Erathonios, but it's part of the entire artwork, as we mentioned last time. So this whole everything is Laha Brea. They're all Xehanort. Everyone's Xehanort. All right, that's all it is.
Stop it.
They're all Xehanort. No, that's what it is. They're all Xehanort. We figured it out. Where's Sora? He's like, doesn't even want to engage. Doesn't want to engage.
Throw Kingdom Hearts in this.
It's too late. It's been done. Darkness, darkness, hearts. Darkness, darkness. Come, Guardian. Sly is so dissing. He's like, I'll come back to the conversation when you're done.
When you are done. Thank you.
Listen, if it was a franchise you liked, you'd do the same thing. All right?
What?
If I started drawing SMT comparisons, you'd be all over that. Granted.
Nah, I wouldn't be that crazy.
Sly, I could drag it out of you.
Okay.
We've gotten you heated on those topics before. Like when I say that Persona started with 3, I know I can get you going on that, right?
No, you can't. No, you
You're
can't.
holding back so much right now.
No, you can't, because I've heard that so many fucking times. People can't count.
Oh, man. All right, so they confirm, moving on to the live letter itself, they did confirm it is the 23rd. We had long assumed. No reason to assume anything else.
Yeah.
It could have been the 30th, Sly.
Nah. I mean, we did the math already. We did the Moogle event math.
Maybe it could have been wrong. We don't know. Could have been wrong. I thought it started at 5.
Okay, Haps, you did the math. Are you accepting that you?
Yeah, no. I mean, this was new territory for us. This was the first patch on the new schedule. You know, we had to be a little wary.
Okay.
You know, it's okay. Fair. Can't act like it was gonna be exactly the same. You know, it's fair enough. I feel. I'm not omniscient, Sly. I as you say, I do math. Okay.
You do math.
That's it. I do math.
Do math.
Not meth. This isn't Breaking Bad. I do math.
Hey,
specifically.
do math.
I haven't seen that clip in a while.
I know, right?
Then they start by going over like the stuff we did in the first part of the live letter, about a month back. I love this quote. One thing I can say about the Hildebrand quest is, what have we done? That's his quote. And with the Loporits dancing, are you really surprised?
I am dreading that.
I can't wait. I mean, the latest Hildebrand.
I can.
Really well done. Why? The latest Hildebrand was so well done. What's the problem?
Don't include them bunnies.
It's too late.
I'm tired of seeing them bunnies.
Too late. They're not done. We have Dancing Way now. Although they're all Dancing Way.
How about Go the Fuck Away?
No, we have Dancing Way.
Can I get Go the Fuck Away?
I mean, we're going to have Hildebrand being gentlemanly way.
Stop it.
It's going to happen. It's not my fault, Sly. They have a naming convention. I'm just following it. No fucking way. No, it's definitely happening. No fucking way he's not present here.
No fucking way. Exactly. Where is he when I need him?
Not here. I'll tell you that much. We have the Omicrons. They just remind us that that's going to be in 0.25. They remind us of, the Relic being a 0.25. Hildebrand being a 0.25. Tataru, again, doesn't have a date on it. So, question mark on what that means.
Yeah, to be determined.
To be determined. Felcourt of Troya and the new very secret, totally couldn't figure it out trial. No way. It's very, very, very well hidden and not in any way a toss-up between one or two different things. That should be fine. Savage will be a week later, of course. Do you think they're going to tie the rest of the trials to the MSQ, by the way? This one is tied to the MSQ, as we can probably, as we assumed pretty much.
Yeah, but don't we usually get a kind of naming convention for the trials? Like we got Star Whirl It. We don't have a name for this yet.
I think it's just because they didn't want to tell us who this one was. That's why. I think we'll get the convention for it in the next patch. If it's the convention we think it is, of course.
Yeah.
The Four Fiends. Do it. Make it a reality. Do it. They do address the fact that we'll have a lot more gear going into this Savage tier, but they still think that it's pretty difficult, but I don't trust anything Yoshi P says about difficulty, so I don't really care that he said that. Sorry, Yoshi P. It's the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of gear going in, and I just got biz. Yay. And now I get to make new shit. Yay.
Listen, since between second and final coil statements, I've had a lack of trust, okay?
Yeah.
He also said Endsinger was going to be more difficult than usual, and it was like one of the easiest DX trials that we've ever had. So, that says a lot after Zodiark with Follow the Dorito.
So, the eye level on the crafted will be what?
610. Crafted is 610. Extreme will be 615. And then one person should have a 630 weapon by the time you reach P4S.
Yeah.
Because it's only 500 tomes, and you get 30 tomes per clear.
P8S.
P8S, yeah. Because you'll get a 620 weapon from P6. And that's the other thing. When you beat P6, if you capped week 1, you have 510 tomes. You could buy the weapon as soon as you beat P6, the 620 weapon. And then upgrade it after the next one when you get because all groups will be feeding a melee or maybe a black mage a weapon. I mean, it's undeniably going to be what all the groups do week 1.
Probably the monk.
Sure hope so.
For my group. Yeah, for my group, probably the monk.
For my group too. Because I'm the only melee in my group. Because I'm on monk next tier, not bard.
Oh, back to your usual shenanigans. Let's go.
Back to the shit. I mean, to be fair, do I really want... Like, now they're not going to give me the fucking raid weapon for 7 weeks. So, is it really a blessing if you think about it?
I mean, you can... It could pop up.
It could.
I mean,
It won't.
I got lucky and mine popped up.
Congratulations,
So I was
Sly.
like, yay. Yay. even though I don't get to use it. Shit, thanks.
I mean, you can use it.
No. I'll make a crafted. Well, I'll look and see.
You'll get a extreme trial weapon, yeah.
Yeah, extreme trial. But I'll make the crafted armor.
Yeah. You'll have a whole week to do it. No rush.
But if you really want to make money, you do that shit in the first 30 minutes.
True. I'm going right to the Unreal NPC and buying whatever's new and putting it on the board for 20 million.
Yes. I am capped. I am fucking ready. That is like 20 million off gate. I'm logging out in Idleshire. Like, because that is 20 million off gate.
That's exactly what I did in 6.1. It sold for 20 million in about 10 minutes. The amount. Now, this might be a minion, so it might not be able to sell for 20 super easily. We don't know.
It's a mount.
What do you mean? We've gotten ones without mounts. We've gotten Unreal patches without mounts.
It's a mount.
You're just trying to will it into the universe.
I sure am. 20 million.
It's at 20 million, yeah. Yeah, no, that was an easy 20 million, so I'll definitely do that again. And I sold 2 minions since then to stop myself from capping. So that's another like 12 million. 32 million in one patch of Unreal. And people are like, why does anyone waste their time with that? I'm making dollars. You just don't want to go to Party Finder, people. And I don't blame you. It's bad. But it's going to be worse. It's going to be very bad soon with Sephiroth.
It's going to get a lot worse. You had the easiest time with Ultima, and you're complaining now?
It's too late.
Boy, wait. Wait until Sephiroth. You thought you were complaining now. Ooh. Yeah, have fun with that.
Oh, man.
I hope you get your fox.
Yeah. Because Sephiroth's the next Unreal. They are nerfing him a little bit. We know the ad phase will be a little easier. We know that
you can't nerf stupid.
Yeah, you got a good point.
As much as you want to nerf a fight, you can't nerf stupid. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't deny that reality. That's such a good sentence. All right. Anyway, duties. God damn it.
It's true.
It's true. I'm trying to continue the show. God damn it. Duty support is being added for Snowcloak, Keeper of the Lake, Samaldi, Airy, and the Vault. We knew this already. We saw it in the trailer. We briefly mentioned it, with the Vault being the cruelest one that they could have done.
Yeah.
I know my favorite one about the Vault is the Vault.
What's up?
The Vault is Hoshfont Alphano and then random Ishgardian soldier who fills the last role. Just somebody who got tied up in it all.
Yeah. Somebody who was just there.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. Then, we have the Steps of Faith change. Thorn March, which they didn't show, but they did say it was streamlined a little bit. Then bunch of stuff they saved a little bit for the second half, job adjustments, PvP updates, Island Sanctuary, variant criterion, all that they saved for the second half. Adventure plate stuff, though. So they confirmed that if your adventure plate has a current image tied to it, that one's the only one that's going to be saved. So you're not going to have to redo all of them. So if you like your current adventure plate, it's not going to be deleted.
I actually have to do an adventure plate.
I love my adventure plate. I did mine super quick. I did a bunch of them super quick. It's the most glam I've done in years.
I'll just put the little crystal thing on my adventure plate and call it a fucking day. That's all I need to do.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yep.
Sure will. New tomes, new crafted gear, request repair. So you can reward the lazy people in your raid group now and stop having to reset after checkpoints, I suppose. Because people are like, oops, sorry, I know we just took 45 minutes to get past the checkpoint, but I also forgot to repair. Great.
Did they say if they were going to take the dark matter from the person who's repairing into consideration, or the person who needs repair?
I'd assume it's the person who needs repair, which is going to upset me when they also don't bring that.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, they ain't going to have any fucking dark matter on them. They're not going to know.
But what I need it for? I can't repair myself. I didn't think about it.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, like, if they're going to do that, make it so that the person who is doing the repair can use their own dark matter.
Please.
Please.
It's so cheap. I have no cares in the world. Preparing for the 7.0 graphics update. doing a couple things, adding optimized graphics processing to alleviate heavy GPU loads, and also dynamic resolution beta, which you have to enable. It's not something that's on always, but you can ask the game to adjust your graphical settings on the fly if you run into a situation with high GPU burden.
So like LunarCon.
I don't know if that was high GPU burn. This game is very CPU heavy.
I mean, there were a lot of people doing a lot of shit there, so I would say it is.
But the question is that the way the game processed the information, was it GPU heavy or was it just resource intensive on the PC? That's what I don't know how the game handles. I feel like GPU is more like lots of particle effects. That's more CPU heavy because it's loading a bunch of assets. So yeah. That's so somebody said there's a current issue in DSR where some computers or hardwares or whatnot are running into an issue where during certain phase transitions, their GPU burden like tanks, like it goes super heavy. I haven't experienced that, but that's a situation that would benefit from dynamic resolution if you don't mind taking the resolution hit. I don't have that issue, but.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm here in 3080 Ti land.
Hey, fuck y'all without 3080s and 3080 Ti's. Don't notice, made up, not a real issue. Moving on.
Yeah.
The PS4 version probably gets the most use out of this, if anything.
Yep.
Skill issue. Skill issue, just wasn't skilled enough to click on Newegg quick enough to buy a 3080 Ti. Clear skill issue.
Clearly.
Oh man. Job adjustments they didn't talk about. They just acknowledged them and said, we're not telling you. Nothing major though, they said. There is something very important that they do briefly touch upon a little bit later, but they're also going to break it down in a separate post once we do get the job adjustments. So we'll have more information about that in the coming weeks. The big thing is the crit direct hit changes. Sly? Sly, what did I say about crit direct hit changes? Do you remember what I predicted?
Didn't you say that they should, God, what was it that you said they should do? I forget. But go ahead and remind me.
I predicted that they would simply make it so these skills increased your damage because they couldn't increase your critical or direct hit rate. That's the change they would make to buffs. And I thought it was a bad decision, but it was the most likely decision. Ivy, stop. Hey, stop. And guess what they did?
Yep.
Exactly that. So it's very important to understand what these slides say, because I had a huge discussion earlier with people who didn't get it. Okay?
Okay.
So let's do this slowly. First, abilities that guarantee critical and direct hits, either or, but there's no ability that only guarantees a direct hit. So like this is kind of all tied into one thing. There's abilities that guarantee crits and abilities that guarantee critical and direct hits. Anything that guarantees a crit and or direct hit falls in this category. You will now inflict more damage when under the effect of a buff or when an enemy is under the effect of a debuff that adjusts critical or direct hit rate. So for example, Sly, you have Life Surge, correct? That gives you a guaranteed crit, correct?
That does.
Litany now increases the damage of your Life Surged Full Thrust because it increases your critical hit rate, but you have 100% crit rate on that ability.
Yeah.
Simple, right? Warrior has critical and direct hit rate on their skills, right? Okay. That means your Litany would buff the critical hit from those, and something like Battle Voice, which buffs direct hit rate, would buff the direct hit damage separately. They're two different things of being applied at the same time. Do we understand that? Any buff or debuff, and that says debuffs, that includes change stratagem on an enemy. will now increase your damage. Is that clear? Are you are you I want to, because I'm making sure the chat too. Are we clear about how that works?
Quick maths.
All right. The second slide confused the shit out of people. Actions that guaranteed direct hits did not receive benefits from a character's direct hit attribute. Sly, this means on your character sheet.
Exactly.
I'm
glad you said those words.
Yes. Now, the follow-up statement says, to address this, actions that guarantee direct hits will now inflict more damage depending on your direct hit rate. There are 2 or 3 layers to this. First, this only affects actions that guarantee direct hits. That means there are no abilities that only increase direct hits. There's only abilities that increase crit and crit direct. So the abilities that increase critical and direct hit rate to 100% fall under this category. But it's only actions, not all abilities. So only if the specific action guarantees a direct hit. So that's the important thing. This isn't a change to the direct hit stat. This is only on abilities like Reassemble, Infuriate, Starfall Dance, things like that. And that will go up depending on your direct hit rate from your character sheet. I had to have about a 45-minute discussion trying to explain that. So I don't know how the calculations are going to look, but there you go. That's how it works. Oh, I thought it was fairly simple to understand. In other words, Warrior can meld direct hit now. That's good news. Because that was a problem. They couldn't meld it before, but most of their damage comes from direct hits, and all of their big damage is guaranteed crit direct hits. So Warriors can meld direct hit now. Go nuts. Go nuts. I'd still rather they not do guaranteed critical and direct hits. But this is a solution. Now, what's not translated here, Sly, but what was present in other unofficial translations, is that they are adjusting the potency of those skills to compensate for these changes, meaning they will probably have lower potencies.
More than likely.
Oh, yeah. I think the idea is to keep the damage about the same now. But just have it be affected by more stats. So especially on Warrior, expect Starfall Dance. I don't know. Reassemble, they can't really change. I don't think they should. Machinist kind of sucks right now anyway. So just fucking leave Machinist alone, please. See a few changes at the very least.
Yeah.
I just want to get that out of the way because that took a while to explain before. Then we're on the PvP updates, Sly. What are you laughing about, Sly?
I'm sorry.
What's so funny? Sly, we stopped laughing at PvP update slides because we enjoy it now.
Oh, no, because it's actually funny now because, you know, you and I were thinking the same thing. Oh, boy. Man, I'm going to have to use my evenings to, climb up the ranks. What the fuck I won't.
Nope. Just save my next 2 weeks. Thank fucking God. Everyone else be mad. I ain't. I'm fucking chilling as far as I'm concerned. So, first up, PvP. There will be some PvP action adjustments. They won't show them till the patch notes. It's fine. Hidden Gorge is returning. It'll be mostly the same, a little different to factor in the changes to skills. Expected. Series 2 is the beginning. They didn't show us any of the rewards, but it's the beginning. And Season 3 will begin as well. But for Season 3 of Crystalline Conflict, they're making some pretty substantial changes, Sly.
They are.
You can now demote out of Crystal and out of Diamond.
So plat is basically elo hell.
Yes, that is your. But you could go from crystal to platinum with a series of losses if you were so inclined.
No. Plat is elo hell. That's fine. But the real elo hell, the real elo hell is where you start, and that's bronze 3.
Everyone's being reset to bronze 3 for season 3.
Yep.
Doesn't matter where you ended in season 1 or 2. Doesn't matter where you are right this second. You are going down to bronze 3 next season. I am okay with this.
Same, but I kind of feel like Yoshi P just wanted entertainment. I feel like at this point he just wanted entertainment.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah, if you were unranked, you still have to rank for the first time, which is whatever. You just go into bronze pretty quickly, you know. But yeah, that's a hell of a time. Now there is a caveat to this, Sly.
Okay.
Your rewards at the end of the season are not based on your rank at the end of the season.
They're based on your highest rank, your highest tier, highest rank, which is good. So you get up to crystal, whatever your highest crystal score was, it'll take that instead of where you end. And that's a good thing. Yeah.
There is also one interesting scenario that can occur because of this. The person who wins first place may not end the season at first place. They may just have gotten the most points and was never surpassed in their total.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how it is. Yeah, you could, let's say you ended the season at 6,900 points, and then you fell down to like 1,000, and somebody else is 6,800, and they're the current rank 1, but they didn't get above 6,900. So they're not ranked. They didn't win. They didn't get rank 1 at the end of the season.
Right.
That's probably a little upsetting.
So, what I'll imagine that they'll update the PvP standings page with is the highest score achieved. Yeah, to kind of symbolize that what you're shooting for if you really want rank 1, instead of like who's rank 1 now.
Yeah. I mean, I think that just makes sense. There's no reason not to do it that way.
Yeah.
I will say one thing that still upsets me, and one thing that I kind of wish they would change. I don't like when you demote in any rank and you technically go down 2 losses on your 1 loss. So you go from 0 risers to, in your current one, there are 0 rising stars to 2 out of 3 rising stars. So you have to win 2 games to get back up, even though you just only lost 1 game technically.
So you're streaking backwards, basically.
Yeah, I mean, technically, every time you demote, you hit a losing streak. It does effectively act that way. But here's the thing: you could win 2 and then lose 1, and then you're back down to needing to win 2 again. That's how it's always been. That's how it is now. It's just now it's extended to demoting between all the ranks.
Yeah.
So that I'm not a super big fan of. I wish it was just 1-1, 1 win, 1 loss. So that's fine. So that's just my take on it. I would like to just see it go down to 3 stars, so you only have to win 1 to get your rank back and not win 2. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. We'll see. They're also implementing some stuff to try to prevent win trading by changing the match calculations, like how it determines who you get in a game with. They're not going to go into detail on it because they don't want people cheating the system, but
Good.
Yeah, that's it. There's nothing else to say about that. Yeah. We also know from an interview recently, they said they're reworking seasonal rewards. So probably not for season 3, probably for season 4 and onward, because it's a little too short notice. But I'm looking forward to that, because even though I'm going to feel motivated to rank up season 3 just because of the reset and wanting to get back to that higher rank. But I also I won't feel that much motivation in terms of reward, which is my only concern.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed I get that in sooner rather than later. Abyssos, they just showed us briefly Abyssos, you know,
Yep.
nothing too fancy. Did also double Glamour Dresser. That was, I mean, we knew that was coming. You know, that's fine. It's exciting. People who hoard can now hoard more. Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I have like 40 items in my Glamour Dresser slot. I have plenty of space.
I need to put more in my Glamour Dresser.
That's the only reason I have 40 in there is because I realized I could put more in there. Because I still have a lot of stuff that's not in there even. I just don't. I like to categorize things. And all it does is categorize by like headpiece, body piece, what's on a plate. I need more structure in my life, personally. They showed off Carbuncle. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but man, there's one big tell that this is Carbuncle Sly.
Reflect memes?
Reflect memes. Yep. So the one major mechanic that Yoshibi tried to hide, he actually tried to run into the wall and die.
He on that slick. You were too late. The death animation, this is actually his fault for increasing the death animation, increasing when you fade from a death animation. This is his fault. So it's his fault.
It's his fault for not running into the wall earlier too. Like,
right.
He was like he's like, oh, whoa, hold on. Oops. So it looks like Carbuncle has magic attacks and most likely End has physical attacks, even though we don't see one.
Right.
And
so
puts up Reflect.
What I imagine.
Yeah.
So what I imagine is that, Reflect will, of course, reflect magic. Physical attacks will probably go through.
Do you think that Carbuncle also has Protect to deflect physical attacks?
Protect or like something like Shell? Possibly.
I think it makes sense. Or Deflect, even. Maybe Reflect, Deflect, and Deflect is physical.
Mm-hmm.
That actually, now that I said that out loud, that makes so much more sense, I feel like. I don't know. The question is it safe to attack?
I wonder how the only thing I'm wondering is how we interact with it.
It'd be really shitty if physical attackers
if it reflects actually reflects shit that you throw from it'd be fucked. Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it's gonna be really neat for Savage, even for normal. I like this. I fell in love with this kind of just immediately upon seeing it, very much like Erythonios. I don't know if you felt similarly, because I get all sorts of emotions about raids whenever I see the fights being revealed.
Yeah, of course, I always love a good arena design tell. So you have the open grates, which kind of invites maybe a sort of liquid at one point coming up in the open grates, and you have the closed grates. So I'm really just looking at the arena and looking at possible mechanics.
I'm willing to bet that. So in one of the attacks we see in the arena is this like starfall looking thing. I'm willing to bet that the reflects and the deflects can be on those grates, and if it reflects, it hits the spot that the grate isn't covering, and if it doesn't, it hits the same spot. So like it'll let's say all of the, see how it's like the center plus the like protean wave looking things outward. Let's say that had reflect on it and he used a meteor, it would reflect onto the covered grates to the left and right of them. So or those could be the danger spots. It might be a little more than that, but we also have to remember this is the first fight, and so it's probably not that maybe not that crazy. But the big thing is there's exactly 8. Anytime there's exactly 8 of something, it's the...
Yeah, and I counted. There are 8.
It's always like one player per kind of... They didn't do that with Erythonios, though, so... It logically sends our brain that way, but they don't always use it that way.
Right.
But that's where my brain's going. So that's it. That's what it is.
Yep.
Can't change my mind. We then got to see some gear.
Ooh, boy.
This might be my favorite patch for gear.
I'm seeing a lot of Elden Ring.
Even he says it.
Yeah, he said it. Verbatim. Quite a bit of Elden Ring. Hell, I'll just go souls for the Pandemonium gear. I'll just go souls for that shit. That is definitely souls. That's some dank soul shit for Pandemonium.
The Pandemonium stuff is very World of Warcrafty. Also, glowy shoulders, like super like weird visual effects added in. Whereas the crafted gear is the first set they showed, and that also has a very Elden Ringy vibe to me. The scythe looks great. The bard stuff looks so chunky and awkward.
I know, like you never think a bard would be that fucking thick with armor and shit, but yeah, goddamn, looking like a linebacker.
Then we see the tome gear, we see Gunbreaker, we see Monk, we see Ninja, and we see Sage for those. The Gunbreaker.
That sword though. Yeah. Oof. Oof.
That's one of my favorite gunblades in the game by far. Oh man, like the monk stuff's cool.
Was that a design winner?
I don't know.
I don't know if that was the.
I have no
design
idea.
Winner. Yeah.
I have no idea. I never look at the design winner stuff. I only know when they tell us that it is. So I'm always surprised. Everyone's like, "Oh, that's the winner," and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even." I had no idea. I just play the game, and when it gets to that point, I give it a look. See, monk stuff's fine. Ninja stuff looks pretty cool, like the hood. The sage stuff looks fine, but for me, the Gunbreaker gunblade stands out so much more.
Yep.
And then you get the raid gear, which there's a better image of on the special site now at this point, but. It's nutty. Sly, I'm not gonna lie.
That fucking spear though.
That's literally, as chat said, that's the Nameless King's spear. It's literally Dark Souls 3.
Yes.
So Sly, I don't know about you, but when they showed off Paladin, they showed off Dragoon, you have these like rings behind you. I thought that was just part of like, oh, look how cool our screenshot is. No, that's part of the gear effect. As is shown on the special site, where they have it in an in-game screenshot. That shit's crazy. That's it. That shit's crazy.
Yo, these Mandervale weapons better be fucking good because this shit's fucking
even
good.
If they are, I don't know if it's gonna help. Even if they are good. This is a high bar to have.
Yeah.
The Paladin, like, I mean, the eyes and the mouth on the Paladin shield with the chains, it's all so good. The Dragoon with the like blue flames coming out the side and the spear. It's, oh my god. It's some next level shit. Then the Samurai with the mask.
Yep.
Oh my god, the striking gear. That's mine. I mean, I'm striking gear. That's my mask waiting for me. There's a bunch more pictures on the special site, or there's an image with more of the weapons and more of the gear on the special site as well. But shit, that's it. Normal mode has gear. Don't forget, just Savage is dieable. So
right,
and also has the weapons, which is like pretty major draw. It's like, quick question: after seeing that spear. Do you feel motivated to raid on off days to try to get to it faster?
Me and Skage already had this conversation. I told him, like, look, I'm not against it. Like a day or two more. But, you know, I mean, we are still considered the shit to do static, as in people got shit to do. But I wouldn't be against it. I told him. He knows.
And if not, I mean, there's always Party Finder for you, Sly.
Fuck that.
You got Monday, the perfect day to do Party Finder stuff.
Nope.
Monday.
Nope. Nope.
You don't like what? Just join one of Todd's groups when he makes a Party Finder group on Primal. If your group's done for the week, just be like, "Hey, Todd, so what are you doing on Monday?"
Nope.
I believe in you. Listen, you'll be fine. Okay, Sly? You'll be fine. Silence doesn't sound like you believe.
What did I tell you last week? I like sleep and I don't like people.
Yeah, but you like Todd.
I mean, I like Todd, yeah.
There you
Todd's
go.
cool people. Ren's cool people, yeah.
There you go. See? He literally does like last minute Mondays.
I like Todd, Ren, and then my Todd in my static. That's 3 people.
I'm sorry, I'm not on that
That's
list.
3 people. Plus me. That doesn't account for the other 4 people. I'm sorry.
I like how you just don't even include me. We have data center travel.
You're not gonna be on for this shit. Like, I'm probably doing this. Like, I know Todd and Ren, they go at Waffle House hours. I don't know how the fuck they do that and stay sane. But that's probably the time I'm gonna have to fucking do it. You ain't gonna be up at that time. Shit.
You could do it earlier. They can raid earlier.
Maybe I can't.
Sly.
But what's up?
You can. I believe in you. Well,
I believe.
You just believe? All right, we'll see.
I believe.
They're changing the amount of books it takes to buy head, hands, and boots down from 6 to 4.
Good.
Really makes it weird that the body and legs are 8 and not 6. Big division. And the weapon could be 8. Weird. I think they might change it in the near future.
Near future being next
like a year, but it's relatively near,
Yeah.
Compared to how long the universe has existed, at least,
Okay.
Then they just briefly showed off the Omicrons. The cafe has a nice little piano remix of Close in the Distance.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard it.
Yep. And then they just show the Hob real quick, and nothing too fancy. Can't wait to get that orchestrion. And they show the mount from the Omicrons, the jellyfish. Jellyfishing! Yep. Hey, Sly, you want to go jellyfishing? And
that's where they went for a 15-minute break.
Yeah. They went for a 15-minute break. Sly immediately getting out of that conversation.
Pretty much.
You don't want to be.
Yeah, they showed the new starter guide. That's on the UpTubs.
That scholar is so fucking toxic.
Yeah, the fucking rescue memes immediately in like the second video, in the first or second video. Yeah, fucking rescue memes. By the way, the art style screams Disney so much. I'm Bun Bun Hun Hun, and you're watching the Disney Channel.
It's really well put together. That's the first I'd seen of it.
It was. It was and again, I don't know of any other game that will put forth this effort to kind of teach. I wouldn't say teach, but give a guiding hand to newer players. Like I don't think any MMO has done something like this, and it's a good tool. One thing I will say though. They didn't warn them about the novice chat. You can go into the Hall of Novice. Just don't go into the chat. Don't do that. No. Do the Hall of Novice shit. Just don't go into that chat. Thank you.
Sly, I'm going to blow your mind. There's
What's
one
up?
big problem with this series, the starter series.
What's up?
People don't read or watch anything. And even if they watch it, they don't know what they just watched. They just forget.
So you mean to tell me they won't know how to use the map? They didn't even tell you, they didn't even warn about fall damage. That fucking
I saw that too.
Yeah, he jumped into that fate. I'm like, you ain't gonna tell him about fall damage? He probably gonna jump in there and fucking die off gate. You ain't gonna. I mean, you're gonna heal him, but you ain't gonna tell him about fall damage. The fuck?
Yeah, I think it looked like she wanted to, but it was too late. She's like,
Yeah, for a second.
wait. I was really
For a
hoping
second.
he was gonna die as soon as I was like, I know
Me too.
I was hoping he was gonna aggro something at the bottom and die immediately. I wanted it
Yeah.
so bad. By the way, there's fall damage, but it'll only be lethal to you in combat. Just make sure you know where you're landing. Nope. She jumps down and they just beat the fate. And that's it. And then he goes and dies to a level 20.
Mm-hmm.
He could have beat that level 20, I believe. Then they spent like 30 minutes on Island Sanctuary. I'm not going to lie, Sly. This is the first time I kind of wish they had stopped showing me a new feature.
Stopped?
Because I got the point of Island Sanctuary. I didn't need them to walk me through the 2.5 hour tutorial by skipping everything. And instead of just letting me do it when I get there.
I'm pretty sure that's why they were skipping shit. They want you to do it. I mean, they want you to go meet Mammoth Nook. Oh my god.
And then one of the other mammoths has to be like the yeah, so they spent a lot of time showing through all the features of anyone who's played a life sim kind of expects. You know, they show going and catch. I like the ape escape style creature catching, by the way. Just hit it with a net. That's mine.
Yeah.
You know, they went and they showed that gathering is just touching a node while you're in gathering mode, and that crafting, you know, you make the tools so you can make other stuff, and that housing is, it can be instant, it can take time, you can get mammoths to automate the features, you can have your minions walk around, you have the livestock which you can take care of and feed. Like, they showed it all, but I almost wish that instead of walking us through the tutorial, they just kind of had like a farm. They maybe did it once and then just loaded up an instance of it that already has a bunch of it done. So that we could just, you know, they could just go feature to feature instead of walking us through that early section. Personally,
yeah,
I like I like knowing these things, but at the same time, I also like kind of exploring it and seeing it for myself the first time. So,
yeah,
personally speaking, but I'm gonna catch all the shinies, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna get all the shinies.
I don't think he showed off a shiny.
No, he didn't find them.
Looking for him too. Yeah.
Oh. He got up Kalu's. There's mounts also. There's 3 mounts actually. There is an Alron. I think it's 3 different Mandragoras. It's a Mandragora, an Alron, and I think Prince, an Onion Prince, I think is the other one. So it's 3 different Mandragora mounts. Probably see the other 2 sometime in the future. Plus there's the glam rewards and some fireworks and orchestrion rolls and, you know, all the bases of stuff like that. Sly, you gonna be living that island life?
Somewhat.
Meaning?
I mean, I'll do it. I mean, I know people who like live for this shit, who live for Stardew and Animal Crossing. I'm not that person. I mean, it seems like cozy. I'll do it for money.
We don't know if you can. Actually, I didn't check to see if the stuff he hovered over was sellable. I mean, I assume the glam isn't. I'd also assume the mounts aren't. I'd assume all of it is you have to use the blue scripts in order to obtain it. Blue Island scripts. So I don't think there's going to be any money to be made here.
Boo.
I mean, listen, I want the stuff. What about the triple triad card that you'll need in order to get the achievements to catch up? Oh, yeah, you could sell materia. There you go. You could sell the materia from this, which I'm sure won't in any way tank in price from everyone doing this.
He makes melding pretty cheap, so I'll take that.
True. And dyes as well. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, there's a few hairstyles in there. Look, you got all sorts of things. You'll be okay. And all you need to do is have Endwalker's base story beaten to do it.
Yep.
I wonder if the story is quite literally, hey, thanks for saving the world. Would you like an island?
They just give you an island just for saving it there.
Yeah, just for saving the world. Yeah, no big deal. Right, Sly? Yeah, that's it. You know, whatever. It was a story quest. It's not like I wasn't going to do it.
I mean, this is the how many time we've actually saved your asses, and now I just get an island. Okay, sure, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
We're getting I eventually get a second island, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that we're supposed to, according to the schedule, get a second island in 0.5.
Mm-hmm.
It's already on the official schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah. They said that most major feature updates will be every 2 patches, but the new island is slated for 0.5 currently. I do wonder if they'll stick to that, because that was, they were talking about a 0.5.
I mean, the new island, the new island is just going to be to tide to like people over until the new expansion.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isla Nublar. No, not that kind of island.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
That's all they are. They're just making us build Jurassic Park. That's all.
Pretty much.
And so other than that, it's all the basis you would expect from a life sim. It's just showing how it works in Final Fantasy XIV. The fact that one menu has to be changed between so many modes might be a little tedious.
I mean, there's a lot to do on the island. There's a lot of shit to do on the island. So like, honestly, I think it's kind of, I don't think it's tedious. I think it's more streamlined that way. Rather than flip through like a bunch of menus, just put it all in one UI. That way, click on this, done. Want to do crop mode, none. Rather than like sifting through 80 different menus for, all your island shit.
I wonder if anywhere in the official translation, when we do see it, who knows? Maybe we'll learn more later on Duty Commenced. But one thing they really didn't do with this Island Sanctuary section is they made no effort to reinforce that it is not housing. They just showed what it can do, but made no effort to dispel the people who don't pay attention to every media source. A lot of people don't know there was an interview where they said it. A lot of people don't remember that the last live letter said that it was not a housing replacement. I was surprised they didn't hit us with like the belt strategy of beating it into. Well, that's not what I meant by belt strategy, but that's by beating it into us. Yeah, different kind of belt strategy in this case. I meant more so the live letter, the fact that they were removing belts. But maybe they do need to do the belt strategy because people don't get it.
Yes. Okay. All right. Everybody watching, and this is for the Yubtub people who didn't really give a fuck and didn't really listen. You're not getting a shack. You're getting 2 shacks.
Sly, that literally didn't help at all.
That's not replacing your house. You're just getting 2 shacks.
You can't use your housing items on the island.
Yeah, that.
Much better way of describing it.
2 shacks.
That's it. You can't use your housing items on the island. So, It's not a house. So, keep entering those lotteries and keep losing them like a champion. Sorry. And you'll get another island eventually. So, maybe you can invite people over the island.
Oh, 4 shacks at that point. Let's fucking go.
Listen. Stop. I don't want a house. I'm fine with the island. If somebody came to me and said, well, actually, no, that's bullshit. If somebody came to me and said, we can give you a free house. Okay, well, hold on. Let's think about this more logically. If somebody came to me and said, you can pick a house or an island, I would pick the one that costs more and sell it and then buy a house. So if the house is more expensive, I keep the house. But if the island's more expensive than the house, then I sell the island and get a house. That's the way I look at it. Because what am I going to do on an island that doesn't have a house? I need a house on the island if I'm going to have the island. So now I got to build a house on the island. Otherwise, how am I going to stream? Mm-hmm. And who's going to set up my internet on the island?
Exactly.
Satellite internet? Exactly. I don't want to stream from that, and Comcast is not coming near my fucking island. All right? Comcast is not an ISP that is welcome on my island. All right? I want that to be abundantly clear.
Honestly, I could just see so many memes of Thanos in his little shack, just eating a piece of fruit after the blip, just looking out on his island.
There's going to be I've already heard people suggesting of doing something like that. So for like screenshots.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, and then the last section of the live letter was about Criterion and variant dungeons. We did get an in-game peek at all of these and a reminder of how they work, which is all stuff from the previous live letter, the chosen paths, and the fact that we would have some bonus actions, which we did get to see now for the variant dungeons. Provokes, raises, AoE damage, cures, just stuff to make sure it's a level playing field for anyone doing it either alone or with people. Variant dungeon, of course, is the easy story mode, and there's 12 different paths total to take, 12 different stories to unfold inside of the variant dungeon. And given that there is a mount that comes from the variant dungeon, one would assume it's an achievement for completing all 12 routes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can solo them all if you want. You can do them with friends. You can solo them all. They're even worth tomes. So it's nice.
Yeah.
I wonder if grouping up for this could be a pretty decent... I mean, I'd imagine grouping up for an expert with how quick they are would still be better. Experts are like 10, 12 minutes and worth a lot of tomes, whereas this is only worth like 40 uncapped tomes and like 25 capped tomes or something. So they also said, they did say, one of the translations said there is something after you unlock all 12. Whether or not that's the achievement for the mount or something bonus to do, who knows? Story fragments will be different. You can enter solo. Can go as 2 if you want, or 3. Doesn't matter. It'll scale. And then we just get to see some of the ways that it works. People stand on a path to pick the route, and then you escort Donoho through by killing the monsters until you reach a boss. Apparently the bosses in every route are the same exact models and bosses, but their mechanics and whatnot change depending on what routes you took to reach them.
What route you're on, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So. And again, I love that Donoho can suggest a route. I would completely fucking ignore it. Yeah, I would ignore it. You picked the right route. I'm just going all the way to the left. And they say Donoho talks a lot. Great. That's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna probably need to grab the translation for this, but apparently there's a mystery inside, a secret that you can only unravel by getting the 12 hints from the different paths. So there might actually be a secret final path. So something you have to work out through context.
Yeah,
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, make for a good. Can't wait to make a guide on it. Thank you for video content. Excellent. Yep. Now this motherfucker, and I'm sorry, Yoshi P, but you upset me with this.
He ain't showing shit.
Walked past the goddamn treasure boxes and said, I'm not opening that.
He ain't showing shit. He ain't showing mechanics. He ain't showing nothing. He's like, well, you'll get to do it soon.
I can't wait for it to be a fucking mimic. It doesn't even have loot in it.
Right.
At least it's personalized loot. Like, we don't know what these are going to reward. Like, people are worried about whether or not there's a good reason to do these other than the 12 routes thing. If you don't care about that, like, what's the other reason? Like, why would I do this in the first place? Other than, I guess, to unlock Criterion. But then what's the point of doing Criterion maybe more than once? Nobody knows. We need to know.
See?
There you go. It's going to be fireworks.
Oh, God. If we do fucking Criterions for fucking fireworks, I'm going to be so
What if they're
pissed.
Criterion exclusive fireworks?
Fuck that.
Could look pretty dope at a party.
Hooray.
In the kill VOD. Come on. I believe.
Yay. You know what? The Horizon is coming up. I'll get those fireworks.
True. Then they showed off Criterion. They reminded us of the restrictions for the different modes. Having, we have Ass and Ass Savage, of course. And you got to make sure, because there's a lot of res restrictions here, that you don't wipe in Ass Savage or Ass Normal. There you go. What? That's the rules. There's resurrection restrictions.
I'll give that one to you. I will give that one to you. That made me chuckle a little bit.
I know.
Chuckle a little bit.
Most of the time they do make you chuckle. This is just one of the few times you're admitting it.
Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, in Criterion Normal, which is equal to about an Extreme Trial, according to their own statement. We'll see about that. You'll be matched together with other players. It's 1 tank, 1 healer, 1 melee, 1 ranged, either caster or physical. You cannot resurrect, but there is an action that you get 1 charge of called Variant Raise 2, and you will occasionally get recharges of this when clearing out packs of enemies. So you might be able to earn more as you go throughout. The defeated enemies do not revive, so you just have to go through the dungeon. However many wipes it takes, as long as you get to the end of the dungeon, then that's all that matters. In Savage, if everybody dies, you go back to the beginning and start the whole dungeon over. Everything respawns, and there's no resurrections, no variant actions. If you die, you're dead until your whole team dies. So, good luck. I can't wait. I am so very excited.
Me too.
Oh boy, that's all they could really give us on it. They show us a little bit of the Criterion. Criterion has a completely different entrance point, completely different dungeon. The mobs are, from what we can see, different. We do know that the first boss they show, which is that little rat princess thing, that's apparently the second boss in normal mode. But here it's just the beginning boss. You just need to clear out the trash beforehand to get it to spawn. And then they just show us a few little mechanics. You know, its tail glows and it's got, you know, AoEs and stuff. And it's basic stuff.
And it affects the little brooms that come out.
Yeah, when it swings the tail, it can change the color of the brooms. We don't know if it's the way the tail swings is based on the brooms or if it's based on the animation, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah. It's really basic stuff they showed. Yeah. And then they really just came out. That comes to the end of it. I mean, they show us the few housing items. They give us banners, simping banners, as I like to call them, for your Graha shrines or your Urian J
Ishtola shrines.
Ishtola shrines, precisely. So yeah, you've got those now that you can hang up. You look like Helga from Hey Arnold in her closet. That's what it's basically going to be like. You got a hay bed and you got some camping equipment. So just a few new housing items.
Hey.
Then they just went into QVC mode, which is pretty much all Japan stuff, minus one thing. Eorzean Symphony returning to Japan in December with an optional Elpis Bloom LED little plastic thing for like 4,000 yen, which is like $27-28 right now. It's weird how much the yen has gone down a little bit because it used to be like it was pretty close to like it was like 110 to like 115 to yen to like $1, and now it's like 134 yen to $1. So it's only like this whole thing with the Elpis Bloom is like just under $100, somewhere in that range. Not like we can go, unless you want to get a chaperone in Japan, because that's the only way you can go. You need a host pretty much the whole time if you're touring in Japan right now. PAX Australia in October 14 will be there. Details later. Not going to that either. Sorry. Then we have
Malksheet Farm. Farmstream. Actual farm.
It's literally a farm like outside of London, and they're just streaming it for like 4 days.
Wow.
I mean, that can be cool sometimes.
They are really hype about Island Sanctuary.
Just watching farm animals.
Yeah.
You haven't seen our goats. Just you wait. I hope the goat goes up to the camera and just goes, ah!
I hope they have a fucking emu, like the one on Twitter.
It's a fucking emu! Seen that guy who walks his emu in like
Emmanuel Lopez.
It's a fucking emu! Oh my god, that shit cracks me up. They're gonna do a patch note reading, day of the patch, day of the patch. That's something new. The 14-hour broadcast is happening in October this year, so not anywhere near the Rising or August 27th, but it is happening. So mark that in your calendars of October 8th. And then the one thing that really wasn't, I guess, region specific was this new jacket, the Insert Coin Endwalker Paladin jacket.
Yeah. Insert Coin is a English based or British based company. So I've gotten stuff from Insert Coin before. So yeah, you can definitely get it. You'll just pay international shipping for it to get here. But yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it's just about with shipping about £90 or 90 quid, I guess I should say. That's all my EU people were telling me about it. So that's from what I understand, that's not too bad price wise. But
Nope.
I'm not buying it. I've got so much shit. That's it. That's all I have to say. I'm not buying it.
Right.
I'm not going to lie, I'm not much of a jacket person, Sly. I have a couple. I have more than I need. And even when it's cold out, I just don't opt into it.
How cold does it get there, though?
I mean, even when it is, I grew up in New Jersey. I'm like even talking.
I mean,
about
you grew up in New Jersey, so but
because then you know, I'm like in the attempt to stay warm. You know, my arms get sweaty because you know I'm trying to stay so warm that now it's too warm, but now I want to take it off, but now it's too cold, and it's even colder because I was sweating because it was so warm. It's too much. It's too complicated, Sly. I just need a nice.
You should do the Bill Belichick thing from New England where he just wears a fucking hoodie with like a sleeveless hoodie. Yeah, so you're warm. Like I don't understand how a coach, an NFL coach, like makes a style by doing a sleeveless hoodie. Like it's just that's the dumbest thing.
Yeah, it's weird. I will say that the bay can get pretty chilly. The ocean water can sometimes chill things down a lot more than one would expect, especially if you're right in the heart of downtown or you head towards the ocean a little bit. You know, the wind especially catches in the buildings. Yeah, sometimes it can be kind of chilly. But that would imply I go anywhere. And that would be a fucking lie. So even more of a reason not to have the hoodie. I don't fucking go anywhere. I'll wear it inside. You know what? If I want to wear something inside, I have something much better, actually. Much, much better. Here we go. Hi, Ivy. Hey.
Oh, God. He's going to get a mask. He's not going to mask.
There we go. Got, let's see. Where is it? There
Oh.
Where's the, there it goes. There we go. All right. There we go.
This is happening.
Much better. Much better.
Yeah.
Right now.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Much better. Why do I need anything else, Sly? I have this.
Yeah, so other than that, there was the Unending Journey digital edition for Japan and a Japanese sale for the complete edition of 14. Just Japanese sale, so we don't know if anything is going to come to North America. Don't know. They pimped out the starter guide. And they're hiring game designers. They're hiring a scenario designer, game content designer, and live system designer. And they are searching for English and German translators as well. And yeah, I believe that was it. That was it.
Good job.
Thank you.
I forgot. I didn't actually forget I had this, but I haven't worn it in quite some time because it's been really fucking hot.
Yeah.
So, oh no, what about Castle in the Sky? We need to hold hands.
Oh God.
We gotta hold. Barasu!
These jokers were watching TV at the end of the live letter.
They held hands and they're like, Barasu! Barasu! I like how he's like, we need to keep timing these to be on during like big TV shows so we have something in front of us. Like we need.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, you know, what I can say, Sly, is I don't think we need to pause the end of this anymore. I think we can wrap up State of the Realm.
I think we should.
All right. Perfect. Fantastic. All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in to this week's episode of State of the Realm. We decided to do this in bonus to what we'll be doing later, because we know we have audio viewers and we have people on YouTube who want to catch this. They know where to catch this. They catch it every week whenever we actually do an episode. But Sly and I will actually be on again in about 2 hours.
Yep.
We are going to be on the Final Fantasy 14 channel, live with the NA community team. We're going to be doing Duty Commenced, and we're going to be basically going over this stuff again. We're just going to be doing it with the North American community team, so be sure to tune into that as well. We will probably be better behaved there than we are on our own show, which is the main reason why I wanted to.
We will.
Yeah, because I was like, we need to get our usual shenanigans out of the way, so we do not carry said shenanigans into Duty Commenced. I might keep the hoodie on, though. That's a possibility.
Please don't.
I feel like
they are already stressed right now. Don't stress them out anymore.
What do you mean stress? This is product placement.
Oh my God.
I'm an influencer. I'm influencing you to buy this. Sly needs to not drink. Yeah. Listen, Sly, I make you a promise. I won't wear the hoodie if you do not make a hurricane for Duty Commenced.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Okay,
Yeah.
There you go. All right, with that, thank you everyone for tuning in to this week's episode of State of the Realm. Now, I said I was going to pull that winner, and then I totally didn't actually pull up the giveaway, but that's fine. It won't take me too long to pull it up. Sly, while I'm grabbing this, why don't you tell everyone what you're working on and where they can find you at?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Sly, aka Gray Fox. You can find me on Twitter at Sly the Fox. Yeah, I am, well, of course, looking forward to the patch. Shin Megami Tensei Saturday, gearing up for Soul Hackers 2, so I will probably finish my Soul Hackers playthrough this Saturday. There's a few extra post-game bosses that could take a while just for grinding because they're a bitch to deal with. But yeah, gearing up for Soul Hackers on the 25th. Even got I got one of the best. This is probably one of the best care packages I've ever been sent from Atlas. They sent me a mocktail, a little mocktail kind of thing, with little mixers and whatnot and the recipe for it. I'm putting alcohol in that shit. But yeah, thank you to Atlas again for that. But yeah, that new Monster Hunter content, I got to do a bunch of investigations. But best believe once Soul Hackers is out, that'll be my life that week. Even though that's the same week of patch. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
And Haps, what are you doing? Where can they find you if they are living under a rock and have not, gotten it?
And are still somehow watching this.
Yeah.
Well, before I even say that, I pulled the winner of the July giveaway for Steelseries, and I recognize the name. It's Ashen Tiger, who we've had in the chat quite a bit before. So they were the winner of the Steelseries giveaway for July. I'll be sending them an email, and if you'd like to enter for next they see it's coming back to bite me a little bit. If you'd like to enter for next month's, check out the YouTube video when it releases for this, and there will be a giveaway entry for August. But congratulations to Ashen Tiger. I'll be emailing you for your Steelseries prize. Anyway, you can find me at Mr. Happy 1227, all relevant locations. I got a lot of things on my plate between just this live letter alone, plus a bunch of other things. Recently played through the Dealfield Chronicle demo, and if you are a fan of real-time strategy and or ESSER tactical RPGs, I would highly advise it. It's a marriage of a few of those designs, and I think, honestly, I was shocked at how good the demo for it was. I thought it was going to be whatever. I know what it is, and I'll play it, whatever. Yeah, but I was like, this is really well done. Really like the marriage of real time and wait strategies for it. So I would highly recommend that. Also, Xenoblade 3, playing through that. I'm probably like 50, 60 hours into that. I'd like to finish that in time. Count Up is back on the weekends, this weekend and next weekend. I have Final Fantasy 3 HD and then a huge Final Fantasy 4-a-thon. Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 4 3D, Final Fantasy 4 After Years, Final Fantasy 4 Free Enterprise, which is the randomizer. So a huge Final Fantasy 4-a-thon, very fitting given what's going on in Final Fantasy 14 at the moment. So that'll be airing on weekends with the VODs going to my secondary VOD channel afterwards. Also, DioField demo going to that. Yeah, so it's just... Plus, I've got some other things I can't talk about just yet. But, you know, and I do have a new partner. I said earlier, I don't have a sponsored, like, read ready for them, but Advanced GG, which has saved me today because I didn't have any coffee, Sly. Didn't have any coffee. So I
just had some. I've just been drinking goddamn tea all day from Bojangles.
I've been drinking the energy formula. It's like a cup of coffee per serving.
Yeah.
Worked for me. Kept me alive today. It's a reason why I'm doing okay now. That might help me survive the next several hours when we get on duty commenced. Might help. It might not. I might just be doomed to tiredness. We'll see. But anyway, Sly. I thought you disconnected. You kept so still. You were so... I was impressed at how still you were. It's like, wait, did he break? Am I seeing things? Am I that tired? But with that, thank you also to our sponsors over on Patreon, of course, for supporting, even though they don't have to. And, of course, thank you to Steelseries for the giveaway and for the sponsorship as per usual. With that, Sly, it's been a pleasure. I would say see you next week, but... I'll see you in 2 hours. Actually, I'll see you probably before that because setup and whatnot. So,
yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Well, everyone, be sure to tune into Duty Commenced later today. And we'll do a short post show. And then I'm going to go eat because I got a sandwich with the name on it before we do that later. And you got Bojangles with your name on it. There you go. Thanks for joining us. And we'll see you in the next State of the Realm or on Duty Commenced. Until then, bye-bye. Get out.
See you soon.
Get me out of here.